Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be reacting to Haley Comet's latest update about the John George case. Because Johnny Smith's mom and Madison's mom have both come out and spoken about the situation. So first, let's look at what Madison's mom had to say for herself.
So let me just start this video by telling you exactly who this is. This is Carly Allen, Madison Allen's mother. Now, Madison Allen is one of the kind of main people who was around John George before he was murdered. And we know that John George lost his life in the evening of the 14th December. Now, we know that phone calls back home to Belfast were made from Jonny to his mother and to Madison to her mother, and the families, the mother of Madison, the mother of Jonny, also Madison's best friend and Jonny's grandfather, all then headed over to Alicante very quickly in what we call the cleanup crew.
So Johnny's mother and grandfather headed over to Alicante very quickly after John George had been attacked, and Madison's mom also flew out as well, with Madison's best friend. So it seemed like everyone headed out to Spain at the exact same time, straight after John had been murdered. Haley calls them the cleanup crew, where she is suggesting that they helped sort everything out. I must admit that it's very suspicious that they all headed out to Spain as quickly as they could after John was murdered. It doesn't look very good at all, and this is why John George's family are calling them all suspects. Because for all we know, they could have allegedly helped get rid of John's body to help save Madison and Jonny.
Now, Madison's mum, Carly, has, sent me some horrific messages. She's attacked the family many times over kind of their question of what she knew and what she went out there to find. And we find out today that she actually chose to message Courtney, John's sister, the day after the family have managed to bring John's body back to the family home before burial, to kind of threaten legal action, she's very self-concerned. She makes a lot of references to her own life and kind of what she's going through and how bad it is for her. One thing you'll notice in these messages, I will post the messages in a second on this video so you can kind of read through them. But one thing I ask you to note is she's not concerned for her own daughter. She doesn't care what happens to her own daughter. She never once questions kind of what's being put on social media about Madison. She's only ever concerned about what is being said about her. And she threatens legal action. And then she kind of ends the messages by kind of dropping her kind of veneer and instead kind of going for Billy.
We have heard that Madison and her mom don't get on very well, but to leave your daughter with dangerous people is very questionable. Also, the fact that she hasn't defended Madison and hasn't talked about Madison not being involved in the John George murder case makes us think that Madison did definitely play a part. And maybe she even witnessed it happen.
In his character, this is a man who's grieving, and your daughter and her boyfriend and yourself and his mother have constantly messed with this family. You have been really cruel. You have held information back from them. You've stopped your daughter going to the authorities. What kind of mother would not have dragged her daughter to the civil guard in this situation? And what kind of mother would have left her daughter behind in Alicante with murderers? You tell me.
So these are messages from Madison's mom talking to Courtney, who is John George's sister. She says in her messages that she didn't cover anything up and she flew out to Spain so she could take Madison some presents, and that she had planned to do that for months. So in this message, Madison's mom is focusing on herself and doesn't speak about Madison not being involved at all. She also adds that she hates Johnny Smyth, and he has ruined her daughter's life. The interesting part about this message is that she also says, not only has he ruined Madison's life, he has ruined your family's life, and a lot of others. So what she is basically saying is that Johnny Smyth has ruined John George's family's life. So is she admitting that Jonny is definitely the main suspect in this case and that he is responsible for what happened to John, because it definitely sounds like it. Madison's mom also claims that she had an argument with Jonny and Madison, which resulted in her flying back home the next day with Madison's best friend, who is called Sienna, because they didn't want to be around Jonny. So it's not hard to tell that Madison's mom doesn't like Jonny, and we have seen their arguments before, where Jonny threatened her. But the fact that she left her daughter with Jonny after knowing what happened, and also the fact that he is very dangerous, is actually shocking and shows that Madison must be stuck with Jonny at the moment. Now let's move on to what Jonny Smyth's mum had to say about the John George case.
It seems to me like in the John George case, things are slowly starting to fall apart for the perpetrators of this crime. We know that Madison's mum, Carly, you can see my previous video, has started to speak out today. She's tried to message the family. She said, some bits of information if you read between the lines. And now we have Dawn Smyth taking to Facebook to try and defend herself, which she left several posts and she got quite nasty, and she did kind of call some things of the family, which I'll be kind of not putting it all out, but I'll show you her original messages because they're on Facebook for everyone to see. Let's get a few things straight here, Ash. I wasn't going to do this out of respect for that family. However, since you're doing your own investigation, I'll put you straight on a few things. I did not launder money. Any money I have has been earned through hard graft, working day and night to give my kids a better life, which obviously she's failed at. I booked my flights on the 5th of November. Confirmation can be provided by EasyJet. I will send them your number if you wish, because that's what EasyJet do, right? They just make personal phone calls for Dawn Smyth. I did not clean anything, nor did I help bury John's body. Or was that the man on the moped?
So Jonny's mom has said that she flew out to Spain on the 5th of November, which means that she was there a while before the John George murder happened. So that's what Jonny's mom has said, but the family reckons that she flew out after John was attacked. So there seems to be some misinformation there, or Dawn is lying, because we don't have any confirmation that tells us when Dawn actually arrived in Spain. But what I do want to talk about is where Dawn says that she didn't help bury John's body. Then in brackets, she says, or was that the man on the moped? If you don't know what Dawn is on about, then I will show you. Because there was a video that Billy George uploaded where he shows someone on a moped, and apparently this person lied about where John's body was. Let's take a look.
You sent us the wrong place yesterday. So what has Meg said to you?
Give him his registration.
What's Meg saying to you?
So in that video, you can see that some of John George's family were speaking to a guy on a moped, and in the Facebook post that Billy George put up, he said that this person lied about where John was and that he allegedly moved John's body. This is what Dawn is talking about when she mentions a guy on a moped. So Dawn is questioning the George family and saying that they have already said it's the guy on the moped who apparently helped bury John's body, which proves she didn't help. This was the first I heard of this guy on the moped, and I don't even think people know his name. But Billy George is basically saying that this guy helped cover up the murder. I have said before that there could be more people who played a part in this murder that we haven't heard about yet, and this proves that there might be more people involved than we first thought.
I have been with my husband for 20 years, and when you have been together that length of time, there is no interest in looking for others, and I don't even know where that's come from. I've never met John. I had my own apartment when I took my father over, and for that record, he wasn't the one who ended up in hospital. I have no involvement in this whatsoever. I gave Darren that information I was given after I got home, and all this came to light when he rang me from Carly's phone threatening to R-word and murder me, which we know has never happened. But you're probably not told that either. Whoever's providing you information, Inspector Gadget, is full of it. If you need to confirm anything else, please contact me. P.S. We are not in the PSNI, never have been. I am not and never have been a suspect in this case, so please take my name out of your mouth before you get done for harassment, slander and defamation. I don't know what that is, defamation of character. And then she puts, Jonny is 26. I can't tell him what to do. I can only advise him.
Something that seems to repeat itself in the messages from Madison's mum and Jonny's mum is the fact that they haven't defended their children at all. Dawn says that she can't tell Jonny what to do and can only advise him. What does this even mean? Honestly, I don't get why she has said this. It sounds like she is saying that whatever Jonny has done, it's not her fault, and she can't tell him what to do. So instead of saying Jonny isn't a suspect and that Madison isn't involved, she has said that she can't tell Jonny what to do and can only advise him. I mean, I don't know what you guys are getting from this, but to me, it's basically telling you that Jonny must be the main suspect. No one has defended him. And no one has defended Madison either. It just looks like both parents have come to try and clear their names and haven't mentioned Jonny or Madison's part in this murder investigation. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will update you as we find out more.